everybody. So I get asked all the time about the 2-in-1 styler. I'll show you this because I recommend it to everybody, but I haven't yet done a video on how exactly to use it. And if you don't use it properly, I feel like it would probably be really frustrating to try to use. So I finally found some time today to make this video. I'm also going to show you all the products that I use when I do like a blowout on my hair, which is only about twice a week because I only wash my hair twice a week. So it seems like a lot, but when you don't have to do it very often, it's really not that bad. This does not mean that you have to use all of these products every day. It means that if you want like 1 or 2 of them to kind of throw into your routine, you'll learn how to use them today, and that way they won't be so intimidating. So the first thing I do every time I wash my hair is get out of the shower and do Detangler. So my hair is already parted down the middle because if you've watched my how to wash your hair video, that is how I wash my hair. That's how I brush out my hair. I just have like a method to the madness. So Detangler first. I just kind of spray it all throughout, especially on my ends. If you've got oily hair, you want to avoid your root area, but just a little tip wherever you have a lot of blonde or like a lot of chemically treated hair, so like I have really bright around my face, so that gets pretty tangly pretty easily, so I do put a little detangler around there. And then I just brush out my hair. You do not want to use the 2-in-1 styler as a brush. It is not for detangling. It will rip and break your hair. So you need to make sure that your hair is all brushed out before you even use it. As I've said in my other videos, the only thing I believe you should use on wet hair is a wet brush. So I like the wet brush with the little plastic bristles, as well as the little boar bristles. I don't know if I said that right. But I think that helps the most with wet hair, and it's the most gentle on wet hair. So you can also use like the original, but I just feel like that one's not as strong. So if you have long hair, you're probably not gonna like it as much. And then they also make like combs, shower combs, things like that you could use. So this is just my favorite. Okay. Sorry, I've got the dogs in here. The next thing I use is Rejuvabeads. Now, Rejuvabeads is a split end mender. It's actually scientifically proven to take your split ends and join them within 30 minutes. It's the only product on the market that can claim that, and that actually does that. So you always do it first, and you always do a couple pumps. As with all products, especially Monat products, you're gonna rub them all over your hands so you have it everywhere. And then you really just need to focus this on your ends, hence the split end mender. But we all also have those little like flyaways that stick out, and I feel like this really helps with that as well. So you can go up a little bit higher, but again, you're not going to be putting this on your roots. And I just really work it in. With this product, you're supposed to wait 1 minute after applying it, so I'm probably going to pause this video so that I don't just have to sit here for 1 minute. So 1 sec. Okay, so I waited my 1 minute. Next, I'm going to use Blowout Cream. This is probably one of my top 2 favorite styling products that we have. I feel like it's great for everybody. You can use it when you're going to blow dry or when you're air drying, so that's why I like it, because I don't always blow out my hair. Sometimes if I just shower at night, I'm just going to sleep with it a little bit damp, so I'll put a little bit of Blowout Cream in there, and it just kind of helps like tame the frizzies and help it dry in like a really nice sleek style. So just gonna do about a pea size of that and rub it all throughout. And then again, just ears down is where you're gonna focus this product. Okay, and then at the end, I'm gonna brush everything through so it doesn't have to be too perfect as I go. The next product I love is a root lifter. So this is how I get my roots to stay volumized for like 3 to 4 days at a time. I love it. So you're gonna part your hair out. First, I'll just do down the middle. My hands are a little bit slippery from having product on them. And sorry for the background noise. I have both dogs in here. Okay. So you're just gonna spray it down your part. I feel like those first few sprays came out really strong, so you might wanna like test it in the air before you start spraying it in your hair. Okay, then I'm just gonna part over a little bit. Part a little bit this way. This does not have to be perfect. This is similar to what you'll do if you're using dry shampoo, by the way. So if I'm ever like part out your hair and put the dry shampoo in, that's kind of what you'll do. You'll just kind of select little parts throughout your hair so that you can spray it right at the base, because root lifter and dry shampoo does not need to go anywhere but on your roots. So then I'm just gonna kind of massage those in. Okay, the dogs might get kicked out in a minute. Sorry about that. All right, the next thing I'm gonna use is thickening spray. Now, the thickening spray actually gives your hair a thicker feel, which is kind of crazy, but I just kind of spray it throughout, and then when my hair is dry, it's not sticky or anything like that. It just really feels like it has more fullness to it, which, who doesn't want that? And this stuff sprays really nicely and just covers a lot of space, so you just don't have to be too precise about it. It also smells really good. So, okay, done with that one. And then last, of course, we're gonna do a heat protectant. Blowout cream has a little bit of a heat protectant in it, but why not always have more? And I'm gonna be doing the blowout, and then also I'll be curling my hair later, so I'm just gonna do as much heat protectant as I can get. So just one pump of this is plenty. I'll just let you see what's going on behind me. That's my life, especially lately, because after Paisley had her little second chance at living, she is extra feisty these days, so really fun to be here. Okay, so all the products are in. I'm just gonna brush through one more time. One, to make sure that my hair is brushed through, and also this just helps evenly distribute all those products so you don't have any like clumps anywhere. You're not gonna have any spots that get oily or anything. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just going to clip up most of my hair and just leave out the bottom. It's a little bit hard with really long, wet hair. Okay, just gonna clip that up. Okay, so obviously while I have the blow dryer on, I'm gonna have to like speed through that part or just not have the sound included, because that'd be pretty obnoxious. But I'll kind of explain what I'm doing before I do it. So the way to get the most volume out of using this is to start underneath your hair and brush out, or even like up to the sky kind of once we get up to the top of our hair. But the bottom, I mean, you're mainly just trying to get smoothness out of it because you don't really need volume like down here. A lot of people though do have like extra curly hair down around the nape of their neck, so this will help kind of smooth that out and take care of any like weird wave patterns that you might have. So I'm gonna lock them out 1 second. Okay, a little better now. All right, so just kind of watch what I'm doing, and then I'll kind of just keep explaining as I go. make sure that each layer is like at least 90% dry before you go to the next one. Otherwise they'll just kind of get all tangled together when you try to mix like your wet hair with your dry hair. And then it also just makes it easier at the end, but it can be like a little bit damp because you're gonna basically be overlapping throughout. So it will all eventually get dry. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Okay. And this is when I have to remind myself that I'm very attached to my long hair. I don't want to cut it because otherwise it's very tempting, because I think this would take me about 1/3 of the amount of time. Okay, so got another layer down. I do smaller layers because, oh gosh, there we go. Because they dry faster, and if I take too much down at a time, it'll just end up kind of taking way too long. So it seems silly to do such small layers, but I promise it is easier. Okay, so again, you're gonna brush everything out. You don't wanna be like taking out tangles with the styler. So, okay, on to the next level. Okay, so I've got 2 pretty much done. Pull down the next section. Probably just gonna do one side at a time now, just because it's a little easier to do that. Okay, perfect. So the most important parts of using this are when you get to around your face and at the top, because this is where we put that root lifter in, and this is where you want to get the most volume. So I have, like, you can probably tell, like some weird calyx around my face, and I hate when my hair just kind of naturally falls where it wants to. So I use this to basically eliminate all the calyx, get my hair all to go and lay the way that I want it to. So by to do that, I kind of just pick up little pieces around my face, and then I'm just going to go underneath them and basically turn this while it's on, and pull up to the ceiling, and you're gonna see all of those little like wave patterns just disappear, and it'll just like lay a lot nicer. So. Okay, so this is the last section on this side. Even though at the end, I'm going to end up flipping this to that side, but if you just kind of blow dry them on still down the middle, it'll help with volume when you're ready to flip your hair to the right side. Okay, so this side is just about dry. All I need is kind of just to finish it with like a little bit more like pulling towards the ceiling, but I'm gonna wait till everything's dry for that. So I guess I'm not really explaining what I'm doing this whole time, but I thought I would show you and then tell you. So really all I'm doing is using this to pick up hair and then pulling it any direction besides down, basically. So in the back, I mainly focus on just pulling out, and then the closer that I get to the front, I pull it more towards the ceiling to get that volume. When you're doing around your face, I do twist it a little bit more, so I'll like sit here and kind of twist it for a second and then pull out, and that's basically how I'm getting all of like my flyaways and everything to be smoothed out, is just by twisting it a little bit. So, okay, I'm gonna finish the other side now. Okay, now I'm ready to do the last piece, and then we can just work on the finishing touches. that big enough? Just kidding. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is, this is a little bit of a dry shampoo hack and reason number 5 million why everybody needs this dry shampoo. Okay, so a lot of dry shampoos will actually leave a lot of residue in your hair, which that means the more you use it, the more it's just gonna build up in at your root. And then also what it can do is it can clog your hair follicles, which I see it a lot in my chair. People will come in, they're like, sorry, I haven't washed my hair in like 5 days. And like, that's okay, but your scalp is white. And basically what that means is, if you think about like leaving your makeup on for 5 days straight and how clogged your pores can get, dry shampoo can do the exact same thing to your hair follicles, and clogged hair follicles are not going to grow properly or quickly or healthily. So our dry shampoo does not do that. It does not cause buildup. It has no butane in it. It is completely all natural. So you don't have to worry about using this multiple days in a row. And also when you wash with our Monat products, you know you're gonna get any sort of buildup from any product out anyways. So I just love this stuff. Okay, so even though I just washed my hair today, I like to have a little bit of like grit to it, just so when I style it, it does what I want it to. And then I also want this volume to stick around and not flatten out throughout the day. So all I'm gonna do is just spray some at my root. I'll probably do like a little bit down the middle too. And then I just let it sit for a few seconds. Okay, and then I'm just gonna massage it into my scalp. Okay, and then I'm just basically going to finish off the style with the 2-in-1 styler. I'm gonna kind of comb through everything one more time, comb it a couple different directions to kind of set the volume, and then I'm just gonna wrap my ends around it one time, like kind of all around my hair, just so that my ends are nice and smooth, so I don't even have to run a straightener through my hair, which is awesome because this is really about all I use these days. Sometimes I'm curling my hair, but most of the time I'm just blow drying it with this and going. So we'll get those little flyaways. Okay, this is the last thing I will do with the styler. Okay, if that's not enough of a reason to get a root lifter, I don't know what is. That's a lot of volume. Okay, so I just kind of set my part where I want it, which is about right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the ends. All right, and that is it. So you just watched me put, I think at least seven products in my hair, and it's obviously not weighed down. It's not greasy. It feels really good. These flyaways will calm down. There we go. And I honestly can wear my hair like this for about 3 to 4 days. Tomorrow and the next day, like the next few days before I wash again, what I'll do in the morning is I'll just spray a little dry shampoo at my roots. And honestly, the first couple days I don't even need dry shampoo. And I'll just run the 2-in-1 styler throughout my roots really quickly, and it will look like I just washed my hair. So that is how I use my 2-in-1 styler. I think everybody should buy it. I'm gonna link everything below. The 2-in-1 styler I think is on sale at Target right now for like 46 bucks, so totally worth it. And just leave any questions you have below and I will answer them for you. Okay, thanks guys.